Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So I am just okay. You see on the top it's Pokemon Sword and Shield's trailer, but I have some thoughts on it. So we're just gonna go through it. I already watched it many times, but let's just go through it one more time. And I'll keep on pausing because I'm guessing you already saw it. But the first thing we see is this. We see it seems like it's from a Pokemon's perspective, but maybe because of my computer, but I'm actually have it on a different screen right here on the side, and so I have a few problems with this, and you might be saying, "Oh, it's just some minor problems, right?" And yeah, they're mostly minor problems, but sometimes it could be a major problem. So you see on the sides, you see it over here, there are two walls, and those are really low quality, and then off into the city is pretty like okay quality, but because it's far away, you don't really need too many details. But um the close up wall, I would think they would try to make it look more depth, has more depth instead of just having a texture plastered on a wall, but that's not really anything too important. But then we go closer and closer to the city, and so okay, let me just look at this. I don't really know. So this is just a really interesting. This is seems like it's kind of like an X and Y, and there is mountains off in the distance, and it's kind of like a sun and moon like ranch, like the Panalola. I don't know how to say it, but don't correct me on that stuff. But the Panalola Ranch mixed with X and Y, and yeah, it just kind of gives me that feeling. But let's continue on. Okay, then we go. Sorry about that. Let me just go back. But so we look up into the city. We see this, and if I actually could do it correctly, we see this. We see a Fletchinder, and on like a Fletchinder on a um like wind direction thing, and this is like it's a big reference to X and Y. So Fletchinder was a really big Pokemon in X and Y, and also if you look at uh, the wind direction poles, there's a sun, and a moon. So sun and moon, we all got that. And then we go off to this beautiful park, and like you still see the walls, but the walls are not that bad, and you see the grass, the wheat, and but it kind of gives you still the same sun and moon and X and Y vibe. You will get these look like the Poke Centers from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Actually, they look a lot like it. And then we get like the distance, so this is going to be like off in the countryside. Then we get these huge stadiums. You get these stadiums that are the gyms. They are the gym battles, and I we see later in the we see the gameplay in the stadium later, and it's kind of like a football stadium, but for you American viewers out there, it's a soccer stadium. So it's kind of like that. So I'm trying to think of a place that does it or plays lots of football and is off in the country. and I would think, I want to say Scotland or somewhere that plays lots of football. And so we keep on continuing, and then we come zooming in to their house, and this house is really nice. I would think it's really nice, and it's just an overgrown house, so I think it's going to be definitely off in the countryside. So he gets on into his backpack, and we get to see an entire model for the male. So he has a beanie, has a really weird beanie. We see him. He looks really nice, and it looks like this time is going to be like a black and white thing. So it's going to be like they're really old, so it's not like they're 11 going straight into the getting a Pokemon. They look like they're like 15 or 14. We see him, and we see the girl. And I know everyone's probably going to be picking the girl because the girl is really cool, but she also has, do you know those golfer hats? I think everyone knows those golfer hats with the little pom-pom, and it has like a weird muffin top thing. So I really like this design and model, and has some really nice boots and a really nice dress. And it shows us, like, if we look back at him, he looks like he's wearing like warmer things, and so this seems like it's going to be out in the countryside again. Like I said, or in the Netherlands, where it's decently weathered, but it's going to be a little bit cold at times. So they're definitely wearing warmer gear. Then we see they're going off into the steps, and we see that was only for a split second, but it was a really good view off into the distance. So we see a glimpse of this building over here. And I think this building is really interesting. I don't really know. It's just really interesting because it looks like it's going to be like a spooky house, or like it's going to be a trial like Sun and Moon, where you have to go and do this something in this house, where there's probably going to be ghost type Pokemon over here roaming around. Then later in the video we're going to see them rolling up over here, but we see a little battle stadium and going off to the lake. So again, it looks like it's off in the country. Then we see this really dark forest. I was always really interested. I'm really interested about this forest. This forest looks really interesting to me, and it doesn't look. It just. I don't know. Something about this forest just gives me the feeling that there's gonna be like ghost type Pokemon, or there's gonna be like a really like you have to use a fire type Pokemon, or you have to use like a certain Pokemon that can use Flash and light up this place. But then this is one of my favorite places because I'm saying over and over, it's going to be like in the Netherlands, or somewhere like in the UK or somewhere like that. So this looks like an old rustic place, which is like going to be like the UK. Or it's going to be like the X and Y place, where that steampunk place that was filled with all the steampunk things. And I really think this is really interesting, and there's like apartment buildings, there's like old towers, and there's a Pokeball in it, and it's just, but I just really don't know about this place. This is really interesting, and I would definitely want to continue on with this video, but my time is done, and I will make a second part. But thank you guys so much. Please subscribe and hit that like button. Stay cool, guys. See you again. Bye.